Hi, everybody. This is Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 23. Woohoo!
Yeah. You know it.
That's right. I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your other co-host, Flexinationer.
And who is the man behind the iron mask? None other than Robert A. Fett, PlayStation Battlefield Maniac. Woo! Wow, we're really lucky to have you here. We got you straight from Alpha Centauri.
More like armored kill. I think this will
Your enemies are going to have a hard time getting a headshot on you with that.
No, they won't. They do just fine without it.
Yeah, that's a piece of headgear here. Is that orthopedic?
No, it's hot and sweaty is what it is. It's part of my vast collection that I've created over the years, I guess, or accumulated, I should say.
That's pretty amazing. What happened to my little box here? Hold on, let me scoot my box
That's
down.
cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, because I was a Star Wars fan, that people just gave me Star Wars stuff. And after a while, it became almost overwhelming. So I had to say, I got to narrow it down to like one thing. I said, Boba Fett was cool, so let's go with Boba Fett stuff. And so now that's what they have to get me. It's got to be something different. It's not the easiest thing to find. So my collection, my little shrine. Actually, you can kind of see in the picture up there. There's a painting of Boba Fett that someone got me off of the internet. See him there?
That's pretty cool. So Boba Fett in the original, Han Solo just guns him down like a bastard.
No, you're thinking of Greedo.
Yeah,
Greedo.
Greedo.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it's Greedo. You know what? I'm ashamed to say, but I don't have my Star Wars lore down that good. I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
So Boba Fett, what was his deal? Remind me about that.
He was the bounty hunter that captured Han Solo and took him to Jabba the Hutt and put him in the carbonite and took him there.
Yep, turned him into carbonite.
Okay. So then what happened to him in the end?
Who, Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. In the movies, he got sucked into the big Sarlacc pit in Return of the Jedi. But if you go into the books and all that stuff, he got out and he lived a long and prosperous life to the point where he helped Princess Leia and Han Solo's kids, kill each other, basically.
Damn. Shoot. So he's a little more. He's more than a peripheral character. Okay, time for me to take off this foolish stuff here. Hey!
Yeah, now I can see you.
So, Fett, you're a pretty good-looking guy here. What are you going around wearing a mask on your face?
Moon.
No, he was a sweetheart here for sure.
He could be
God,
in
what a
boy
nice
band.
guy.
We were telling him he should be in a boy band.
He should.
Like what?
I can
Well,
see that.
I don't even know.
He's better looking than most of the guys from NSYNC are now.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what they look like. Sorry.
I only know about the Biebs. I can't think any new. The new boy bands. I don't know the names of them. My daughter.
Wait a minute. You don't know about boy bands? You have an 11-year-old daughter. Fett, you have a daughter, right?
I have a daughter. She's 19 though.
19. So when she was about the right age, probably NSYNC was big.
Yes, but my daughter was one of those that she didn't follow the current bands and things like that. She went for bands like My Chemical Romance. I can't think of the other ones, but she was a little more on the offbeat side.
So she's more of a rocker.
My wife and I's proudest moment was when we were in a restaurant and they were playing War Pigs, and my daughter goes, "Dad, It's War Pigs. We love this song.
Aussie rules.
Yeah.
Yes, and my daughter likes she likes some of the more classic rock and things like that too. I'm not talking that's basically the heavy metal. She's not into that, but classic stuff. Like you were saying, Led Zeppelin, things like that.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that is classic,
Stuff.
man. What about her old man? What's up with you? What do you dig?
I cover a wide range of stuff. I grew up in high school listening to Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Led Zeppelin, things like that. And then it kind of gravitated when I went to Georgia when I was in the military. I learned to like country. So
Oh, my
then when
God.
I came back, it's kind of all across the board. I listen to a lot of everything. And I'm starting to get into bands like Hollywood Undead, things like that. So I cover a wide range of stuff.
Ah, cool.
The whole gamut. Run the gamut.
Hey, we're gonna edit this out in just a minute. I forgot to do this before the show. Flex, do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, I'm gonna do it too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll edit that out.
Just gonna see if he's drunk.
No, it's
It's
just
this.
a marker so he can line up the
I
audio
can,
and video.
I can sync the audio and the video together.
Ah,
It's like I don't have one of those little chopper things. We gotta get a chopper thing.
Those little take 200.
Yeah, Bulletproof Underwear episode 23. Take 1. Yeah, as if this is rehearsed in any way. So if our listeners probably don't know this, but we just sort of like the last possible second arranged to have you here tonight. What did you think about that? You just get a message like,
let's see. I got a message that says, "You want to do bulletproof underwear?" I'm like, sure. Now, pulled me out of a
Yeah.
game, did you?
yeah, that's right. He sent a message back 15 minutes. So me and Flex are waiting. They were waiting. It's like, oh, okay, he's playing Conquest, so this could be a while.
200% tickets, I think it was.
The matches last.
Well, what's the outcome? Did your team win or what?
Wasn't good.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't good. It was probably the other team probably had about 200 tickets still. I don't know what happened. Wasn't my fault.
You didn't have your mojo working?
Nah, well, I think we took a squad between myself, SM, Denjoga, and Charles Whitman. So,
Well, that's a pretty good crew.
yes, good group.
That's a good crew. That's hard to beat.
This is why I have to get Battlefield, because I still don't belong to the I've Been Knifed by Charles Whitman fan club.
That's true. I haven't either. I haven't played with them long enough for that to happen.
Believe me, if I play with them for 2 minutes, it'll happen.
Well, Shiz and SM got mine the first night, repeatedly. So,
Repeatedly.
oh well, are you kidding? You know how bad of a noob, I am at that game. Oh my God, I'm like a sitting duck.
No, because I never played with you, so.
I know. See that? I only probably tried it, like maybe 5 nights, and like it just wasn't it wasn't for me. I was getting my ass beat so bad.
But Battlefield's one of those games that you have to play it for like 2 weeks before you start to really like it. Most people hate it. They absolutely hate it for about 2 weeks, and then it just grows on them.
I couldn't figure out how to kill anybody. It's like I
Did
shoot.
you try pulling the trigger?
I tried pulling the trigger, but it always ended up with me getting shot. And I'm not blaming lag. No, I'm not going to be like Shiz. It's like I was just getting my ass beat straight up.
I don't blame my deaths on lag either. I can't aim.
Yeah. Now Shiz, he is hilarious. It's like it it doesn't matter whether the lag is up, down, backwards, or forwards. It's like he's always griping about it.
And usually, the more he bitches, the better he does at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Set too. I've noticed that too. The worse the lag seems to be, the better he does. When we get done, it's like, hey, whose name is that up at the top?
Well, you know, he's a good Battlefield player, but he's also a pretty good Call of Duty player. He's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive player.
Yep.
Yeah, it fits his style well.
He always has a high score per minute, even if he doesn't, have a positive KD. He always has a high score per minute.
Yeah, he's a good team player, that's for sure.
Well, I know that you're a good team player.
I try.
So are you a helicopter specialist?
No. Tanks is more my game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, mine too. I can't touch the choppers or the jets. Forget it.
Well, it seems like it'd be kind of fun to learn.
I take off a jet or a chopper, and they can't shoot me down before I crash the damn thing. So it's like I piss them off because of that.
It takes practice. Getting better at the choppers, but it takes a lot of practice.
It does.
It helps if you have a server that you can get into when it's empty and just fly around and practice and weave in and out of the buildings and things like that.
Yeah, me and Flex did that a little bit. I was proud. One time I actually got the chopper up and I got it down to the earth without killing it. It took a lot of practice to just get it down without crashing it.
That was like, for me, the big goal was to like take off and land and not crash. Once I did that, then I felt like I'd accomplished something.
Baby steps.
Then I tried flying forward. Crash.
So we do a few things that are kind of routine on Bulletproof Underwear. One of them is, what are you drinking?
Well, I was in a rush, so I'm not drinking anything right now.
It looks like somebody behind you could get you a drink.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Fett.
Hi, Mrs. Fett.
Here.
She's finding me things on eBay. No, this is new. Do you want this back?
What is it?
Well, I also collect Militara, usually World War II era. And if she sees something on there, she shows me. But what she's showing me is like from like the 90s.
All right. Well, so what about Battlefield 1942 or 43 or whatever it is? Did you play that game?
I downloaded it, but I really haven't played it. Yeah, if you get me some and a Coke, I'll have a Coke.
Okay, so that's what you're drinking.
All right.
So I emptied this out.
I'm drinking water because I made a big hole in my stomach drinking energy drinks. So I'm an energy drink for Flex.
Yeah, last episode he had 3 cans of Red Bull in his hands. 3 cans when he was talking to Jester Moon.
Now he's down to water.
Now he's down to water.
Me and Jester,
doctor's orders.
Well, me and Jester, I was on my 4th can, and my 4th can was a slam job. Me and Jester slammed one.
I saw that.
I was toxed out, man. I was like, that's too much for anybody, and it had a bad effect on my stomach.
See, Flex has a hard time keeping himself upright.
I can't have a real problem keeping myself above normal on the health scale lately.
That's it.
It started out with the broken shoulder back in June, and it's just rolled downhill from there. Ulcers and...
All right. Curb service.
There, see? I'm doing Coke this evening.
Doing lines of Coke? Don't do Coke at home, kids. Bulletproof Underwear does not advocate kids under 4 doing Coke.
Under 4?
Well, we have to be socially responsible. I mean, we're aware.
Okay.
So you're telling us about your war memorabilia. What kind of stuff you got?
Yeah, I collect things like this. Actually, this is This is actually a Vietnam era one that I pieced together that I got off of eBay. I got all kinds of crazy shit on my desk here. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, well, and things like this.
All right.
Oh man! Oh man!
That's a probably Civil War era bayonet off an Enfield. It was actually in my parents' house when they bought the house back in 1960 something. They found it in the basement. It was stuffed up in the rafters. And since they moved to Delaware recently, I actually have another bayonet here somewhere off of like a Civil War rifle that was also down in their basement with it.
Dang. Those things are long. I didn't know that they were that long. Hold that up again.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! Look how long that thing is.
You can run through 2 people with that baby.
Pretty much. See, and well, it's kind of because I guess it was on a musket, so it's used as a sword too. You know, so they could whack somebody with that. Whereas, oh here it is. This is the kind that you might see like in the Civil War or Revolutionary War, just the regular pig sticker type.
Damn. I like the sword one better. That's cooler.
I do too. Me and my brothers used to play with it all the time. We'd have fights over who had to use the little pig sticker one and who got to use the sword.
Damn. So, how many brothers you got? How many sisters? What's the deal?
I had 2 older brothers.
So you're the baby.
Yes, I am.
The baby of the family. Wow.
Did they terrorize you when you were young?
Not really.
No.
No, because I was mom's favorite.
Oh.
So did you bug them? You know, like tag along. It was like, get out of here, man.
Sometimes, but that probably happened later in life when my brothers started driving and I wanted to get around. They were going somewhere, so I tagged along.
So can I get a lift?
Yeah, because I lived in an area that was kind of rural, and we lived probably 1.5 miles or so out of town. And do you really want to walk into town to see your friends all the time?
No,
Yeah.
of course not. Of course not. So where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I'm in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Just kidding.
I guess I'm more like central Jersey, almost to the Pennsylvania border along the Delaware River, if you know where that is.
Yeah, well, we were just going to ask you if you want to show off your abs.
My abs?
The situation?
I keep my 6-pack in an insulated cooler.
So what do you think about the way that New Jersey is portrayed, like Jersey Shore, those fucking moron kids?
I think you described it pretty well right there.
You know, if they're talking about Oakland, I'd be like, you bastards, you're bringing us all down.
I think the ones that the people really didn't like was The Sopranos. They kind of like stereotyped New Jersey, the show Sopranos. I'm sure you've all seen that, right?
Oh, are you kidding? I love The Sopranos. I saw every episode.
I've never seen it.
You never saw it?
I never watched it.
Oh.
Nope.
So you're not into gangsters, huh?
No, and didn't watch Boardwalk Empire either.
Wow. That's Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Yes.
Did you take any effects from the that nasty ass storm that came through? Did you get hit with any of that, or did you?
Oh yeah, I got hit with it. There's trees down all over the place around here still.
Really?
I only lost power for about 10 hours through the night, which wasn't a big deal. There's a lot of people that were out for weeks and more, you know.
Wow.
Where I work, the body shop that I work at, lost power for a week. So I was out of work for a week. So I stayed home and I talked to you guys on Sub 1.
There you go. Well, you still don't make as many posts as Shiz.
Can anybody?
I don't
I
think
mean, even when you're off, you can,
He's
it's
a
like
champ.
somehow or another he reset his post count.
Trying to make it look like he doesn't talk that much.
It's just like so you're going to be
I thought
on.
he achieved some kind of prize or something, and that's why it reset. I didn't realize he reset it himself. I thought it like he hit like 1 million posts and it reset.
I know he was well into the 6,000s last time I had noticed, and then now he's down into just the hundreds.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
he
that
hit
makes me the most posting person with 3,000 something.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I was second after Shiz.
I'll take your word on that. I don't
Well,
think I've
okay.
reached 1,000 yet.
Well, you got to get busy, boy.
I got
I'm-
1,600. That's all I can get.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think I've reached 1,000. I'm about 800-900.
Wow. Okay. So here we were talking about the forum. We were talking about the game show.
Okay.
The game show, and Shiz will be back, and then Joga, and you are going to face off, all three of you guys, on the next time we do Bulletproof Underwear Smarty Pants.
I'm looking forward to it.
So Den is very confident. He thinks he's going to mop the floor with you guys.
Yep.
He might. And then again, he might not.
We got a wider range of questions this time. Last time we had we concentrated on what movie and TV kind of got.
Yeah, we didn't really vet the questions as good as we should have. This time it's going to be better.
My wife
Okay.
went through 60 different Trivial Pursuit games and books and came up with about 700 questions for you guys. So
Okay, we're going to be more fast paced too this time. We're going to be zippity zoozah.
little something for everyone on this one.
So do you have a flashlight? Do you have a flashlight? At arm's reach! At arm's reach, he's got one.
Trust me, I got all kinds of stuff at arm's reach right here.
Sounds like me and Flex's desk.
My wife would kill me if I showed you what my desk looked like.
I know.
Yeah, Mr. T's in the house.
Don't make me mad.
Yeah, well, I'm against this kind of still stuff where we rely on cheap props and stuff like that. You know,
Absolutely.
I think our show should try to be above that kind of. Oh my God,
Wow, that's a big kitty.
he's a big fluffy white kitty.
Yeah, it's a fat cat.
Flex, you should be ashamed of yourself pulling out Mr. T like that. That's just a cheap gimmick.
Yeah.
That's right. That kind of shit is just beneath bulletproof underwear.
Yeah, you say that, but here comes my pussy again.
Oh no!
Get up, fool.
My cheap prop. Get out of here.
Who's that? Oh, let's believe what?
Get out of here. That's Yam Juice's former chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I haven't put any YouTube videos up in like 2 weeks on my channel. I've been slagging.
I have to put a couple out, at least a couple in the next week or so, because I've been really slacking on getting the YouTube videos out.
I know. I'm gonna have to do something just hurriedly, rushedly, just get something out. So, do you subscribe to me and Flex's videos?
I think so. I don't go onto YouTube that much. I usually wait for you guys to post something on Sub One, and then I just link it from there. But
Okay.
I believe I'm subscribed to everybody's. Shiz's, yours, Flex's, all of them.
All right. Well, so this time, Flex, it's time for a plug.
A plug?
plug.
XZ Flex ZX is the channel. That is my
on YouTube.
YouTube channel.
XZ Flex ZX. My YouTube channel is Believe What? One word. Believe What?
I don't have
So
one.
Well, that's because you're probably not an asshole like Flex and me.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. You are from New Jersey.
Don't ask my wife that question. She might have a different answer.
So we got to know about your gaming history. Tell us about your first brush with video gaming.
My first brush with video games was Pong, but I wasn't allowed to have Pong. It came out. I wanted it bad. I begged my dad, I gotta get Pong, gotta get Pong, gotta get Pong. He said, no, we're not getting Pong because they're going to come out with something where you can have different games. It'll interchange. But Dad, I want Pong. He held out until we got Atari 2600. And he was right. And that was like the greatest thing in the world. That joystick controller, though, they kept breaking.
I know. They were terrible.
Yep.
Cheaply made. And I used to like give it a death grip too,
Oh yeah. And
so what was your favorite Atari 2600 game?
You know how old I am?
No, I'm 53. Flex.
55.
I'm 45, so the only ones I used to love. There was a racing game, and I can't think of the name of it, but it used to race on ice and different types of surfaces.
Indie racing.
Yeah,
And it had that controller, the dial controller.
Yes, that one.
Oh,
I loved to play Defender and Missile Command and Space Invaders and all of them.
Oh yeah, I used to like the football too. It was ridiculous with the little blobs that were supposed to be your players, but it was fun.
These sports games were not big in my house. We were not big sports fanatics around our house. So.
Do you
mostly racing games and fighting games.
Do you guys remember when this was the arcade? This was the arcade version of the game, and it was football, and it was just only X's and O's, and you had a trackball that you had to use.
I remember that at the arcade.
Remember that?
It was like a big.
I never did.
It was a table, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On each side.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I was playing that game and got a big rip in my hand from playing the trackball too hard. That's like, whoa, no.
I used to love the trackball for Missile Command in the arcade. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh God, yeah. So that's cool.
So you started off with the Atari 2600. That's good credentials there.
And see, then from there I didn't really have any other ones until I was probably in my 20s, and I was in the military down in Georgia, and we got, what did I get? In the Nintendo, yeah, and just the regular Nintendo, the one that the cartridge you had to stick in and you had to close the lid down, and
Yo.
we got it used, and it didn't work very well. I don't know, maybe they all didn't work well, but I had a lot of fun with that one. Then we ended up getting a Sega Genesis, then we held on to that one, the Nintendo 64, and then the PlayStation 2, and now I'm up to the PlayStation 3.
All right. So how about online multiplayer? How long have you been doing that?
Since Black Ops 1. When Black Ops came out, I got it probably maybe around Christmas, after Christmas. And it took me a while, probably took me a month before I ventured into the multiplayer online. So.
Yeah, well, that was like me with Modern Warfare 2. I got that game, and I never did go on the multiplayer. I was just doing the campaign.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I probably started out with Medal of Honor, which came out about the same time as Black Ops.
Uh-huh.
And I tried that online first, and I was like so totally lost, didn't know who I was supposed to be shooting or anything. And I gave up on that like right away, and that's kind of put me off for the online play. So,
well, it's intimidating when you're a total noob.
Oh yeah,
and these guys are mean.
Yeah, they're hardcore, man, yeah. They go hardcore.
And they're talking shit, and they're owning your ass, and it's like it's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
So do you talk shit?
No, I don't. It's just not me.
Let your play do your talking.
I talk. I make noises. Ask Shiz when I'm usually grunting and groaning and yeah, I do stuff like that.
Well, Flex probably wouldn't admit it, but he actually is kind of a trash talker a little bit. I mean, he curses people out when they don't play the objective and they kill whore and stuff.
Yeah,
not our guys.
I get a
Not our
little
guys.
testy.
No, the only people I probably talk shit to is my squad mates, usually the sub 1 guys, you know, just joking with them and things like that. But other people, I don't bother with them.
I had as a matter of fact, the other night I carried on a conversation with a young lad back and forth, messaging each other. We were. And
Oh, really? Messaging. So there's a record of it.
It was funny, you know, that he trashed me. It was real funny until I accused him of cheating, and then he used every word in the book on me. And so I sent him a message back, and I said, "Why all the profanity?" I said, "Did your mom take you to GameStop to get the game at midnight too?" And that really made him mad.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
You know, those midnight things are fun. You know, Flex, are you doing midnight tomorrow for Far Cry?
No, they're not having one.
Oh, really?
No midnight
think-
tonight.
I would think that's a big enough game to warrant a midnight release.
I would too, but apparently not.
Wow.
That's a game coming out tomorrow. It's called Far Cry 3. It's a continuation of, obviously, Far Cry 1 and 2. And it's like,
Yeah.
supposedly, according to IGN Video Gaming, it's like going to be one of the best first-person shooters that's been out in a long time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an open world game, like, like Fallout Vegas, and like
Red
Borderlands.
Dead Redemption, sort of.
Yeah, those types of games.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
'Cause-
do you have any video games that you like to play other than Battlefield right now?
Right now, no, I'm kind of like Ninjoga. I get stuck on one game and it's like a rut almost. I stick with one until I get tired of it, and then I find another one. Although my son plays Fallout, he plays Skyrim. He's got a new one. I can't think of what it is.
Is it
Minecraft.
Borderlands?
I don't know, but I sit and watch him play them, and I'm going, you know, those look like they'd be fun. I could probably get into that, but I just can't find the time to pull myself away from Battlefield to play one of these other games.
Yeah. Well, I know how that kind of addiction is. It's like I'm sure that we're going to be logging in, lots of Black Ops 2. I really like the game.
Yeah, well, I've put Black Ops 2 on my Christmas list, so I can play with some of you guys there.
Oh, that'll be cool.
That would
That'll be cool.
I got my PS3 copy, so I got to sign up for Elite yet, but I got my copy.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what do you think? Flex is now a PlayStation dude.
There's his copy right there.
He's got his copy.
PS3.
You know what? I'm a good guy because I have a white controller.
Really?
See, I'm a good guy. I'm not a
Oh,
bad
that makes
guy.
you a good guy instead of because you get the white hat kind of thing going on
That's
there.
right. That's right. So you're probably a bad guy because you probably have a black controller.
No, actually, I have a camouflage controller, digital camouflage.
Why am I not surprised?
I have a red one.
And I'm
Flex,
actually
you
wearing
probably-
it out. I'm having
Oh,
a
really?
problem with my left controller. The sprint button's not working quite right all the time. I got to mash it too hard.
That's because you probably give it the old death grip, man.
I flinch a lot. Somebody come around the corner, and I'm doing something I don't expect to do.
Yeah, I do that too. I flinch. I tend to mash down on the stick,
Yep.
out of just instinct or something.
Panic knife.
That's
Panic knifing, yeah.
what I was gonna say. Panic knife. Flex's move.
Yeah.
One of my
Yes.
killing moves. Panic knife.
Most guys in Battlefield, when they flinch like that, they drop to the ground. But I changed it around because I hated dropping to the ground because I'd be shooting at somebody and I'd drop down behind a wall and it'd be like, really? So I changed it to panic knife, and now I get people looking at me going, "Why are you swinging your knife?"
Yeah, yeah. So Battlefield, what level are you?
I'm a 50-something colonel. I don't know the exact number to be exact.
So how many they got?
Well, you can go up to 100 level colonel.
Yo,
You go up to 100 level. Do you ever get to be a general?
No.
Okay, so 100 level colonel is the top.
Yes.
But
See,
there's
that-
lots of guys that are there, and I don't know who plays more than you guys. I mean, Den and you and Shiz. I mean, nobody plays more than you guys.
Yes. The only one that's got more hours, at least that I know of, than I do, because I've got about 600 hours into the game, and N2 Rock has got probably another 10 hours more than I do.
Oh shit, you got to catch up.
yeah.
10 hours, you can get him. That's within range. You could if you really went on a marathon.
Yeah. I think Shiz is probably about 10 hours behind me, somewhere in there.
Wow, so you know, if you just it's like found a little bit of extra time here and there.
On Saturday I played for about 7 hours, so
That's a pretty good session.
So
Yeah.
so I gotta wonder. It was like, what does your wife think about all this?
she's never said. I think she just shakes her head as she walks through the room, but I'm not paying attention. I'm focusing it on the screen.
Well, then later when you get off the game, you know, then she says, "You realize you just spent 7 hours on that goddamn game, right?"
Honestly, she's never said that. I think she likes that I'm on the game. It keeps me away from her.
That's my wife
Stop.
appreciates the fact that at least I stop like yakking at her and I yak at everybody playing the game. So she gets a break.
Stop bothering.
She doesn't have to
Stop
listen.
bothering.
She doesn't have
At least
to
they
listen.
know where we are, you know. We're not at a motel room, you know, doing naughty things.
That's true. Very true. Although I do cuss like a drunken sailor, though. That's what she says anyway. You sure cuss a lot. I never heard you say fuck so many times.
Well, you're from New Jersey. You got it. You come by it honest.
See
Yeah,
how
probably.
Minnesota they say it like this. They, yeah, fuck you there, like that. You gotta get
Now Minnesotans are
there.
they're very polite.
Yeah, we don't
polite?
usually say. We usually say, "Excuse me, fuck you," like that.
That's right. Well, Canadians are the most polite.
Of course
But
they
you guys
are.
are close. You guys are close to Canada, so you're next most polite.
Yeah, I'm only like 6 hours away from Canada.
But see, New York and New Jersey are close to Canada, and they're assholes. I'm sorry. Just kidding. Just kidding.
You're right. Canadians are polite. Yeah. Toby has always asked and stabbed me in the face first before.
Yeah, she is very polite. Although she will revert to cursing if the situation, you know,
Warrants it.
requires it,
Yes.
but only if it's necessary. But Canadians are usually pretty civilized people. You know, they've got their nationalized health care, and they're all on Prozac.
Maybe it's got something to do with the cold air up there. They got to huddle together.
That's it. So you're drinking a Coke.
Yes.
So are you a alcoholic beverage consumer?
Yes.
Are you a beer man or a cocktail man?
It depends what the situation warrants. I'm more of a social drinker, but when I drink for effect. I don't normally
don't
sit around the
always
house
drink
and have a
beer.
beer just to have a beer. I mean, I'm usually drinking if I go out to a friend's house, or then I'll have a few beers, and if they're having other drinks, I have other drinks. So I covered the full gambit there.
I don't
beers-
always drink beer, but when I do, I like to get shit-faced.
There you go. That's it.
I don't normally drink beer because when I do, I turn into an instant asshole.
That's it. Me and Flex are on the wagon. We had to quit, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I am. I'm one of those people that they go like, "Hey, instant asshole, just add alcohol." That's me. That's me, man.
I used to get
quit.
more comatose and lethargic.
I become obnoxious is what happens. I really do sometimes. I can be. And I start doing stupid things, wedding crashing, things like that,
Wedding crashing. Oh my God.
That's fun.
Is that how you met your wife?
No. That's actually kind of a funny story. I used to do a charity bicycle ride. It's a 500-mile bicycle ride for this home for runaway kids and things like that. Well,
That's nice.
They'll drive us out to, I think it was in West Virginia, to a hotel where we start, and then we'll ride 500 miles back to Trenton, New Jersey. Well, we get out there, and so you're sitting there waiting because the first night you're there, so we drink. And we're sitting at the bar, and well, in the next room behind the bar, there's a wedding going on.
Oh wow.
Well, one thing led to another, and I'm in the conga line in shorts and flip-flops, and the groom is chasing us out. Well, but that's the short story of it, but it was an interesting experience.
Wow, 500 miles. You must have some pretty good fitness going on there.
Did you forget about the part about the insulated cooler?
I crashed. I crashed a wedding once. My cousin brings me with to this party, and it's not a party, it's somebody's wedding reception. But we're all partying, so to us it was just a party.
It's just a party.
Just a party. We get in
with an open bar.
They had a card table with like some Jack and some Jim Beam, and then they had this snack table, and they had like pieces of broccoli, and they had chili cheese dip and Fritos and stuff. And I grab a chunk of broccoli and I go into chili cheese dip, and I get me a big old smear of it, and I start eating it. It's running all over the place. And this guy goes to my cousin, "You gonna do something about him?" And my cousin looks at me and goes, "Look at him." He goes, "Are you gonna do something about him?" They just let me finish, man, and then they asked us to leave.
Kind of like John Belushi in Animal House, right?
It was the mustard, reminded me of the mustard scene, kind of that, or maybe it was the part where he goes, "Grab a brew, don't cost nothing."
No, the best thing about that bicycle ride was there was really no worries because they had the hotel set up for you. It was over a 7-day period, over a week. And it was really just, our biggest concern is where were we going to eat that night? And we'd go from one hotel to the next hotel, and we would drink. We'd be up till 2 o'clock in the morning drinking, go to bed for a couple hours, get up all hungover, getting on our bicycles. But let me tell you, a 70-mile bicycle ride will clear up a hangover like that.
I'll bet.
Damn. God.
Something out. That's for damn sure.
Well, it's for charity, God damn it. You're doing it for the kids. That's it. You're partying, you're puking, it's all for the kids.
Never puked. But we were good.
Well, that's good that you didn't puke.
Had some rough mornings, but
Wedding crashing. Did you see the Wedding Crashers? That movie with Vince Vaughn and
I
who's the other
actually
guy?
did it. We did that the year that movie was coming out, because we did the ride in July, and I guess the movie came out a couple of months later, like around the Christmas time or something like that. So
That's pretty damn funny.
We were the Wedding Crashers for a while.
Well, I like that that the whole thing was just to score poon, man.
The other thing we used to love to do when I was a kid is we'd go out to the local park, and we had this big pavilion in the local park, and people would throw picnics and stuff, and we'd show up and we'd be drunker than snot and stuff. We'd show up and like Aunt Mabel or whoever family it was, and be like, "Come on, boys, get some food now. There's plenty for everybody." And we didn't have, we didn't know these people from Adam or nothing. It was like, and we'd walk up and they'd just serve us food. It was great.
Wow.
We thought
Speaking
it was
of
the coolest
food-
thing in the world.
Hey, speaking of food, Flex, I'm looking at your desk, and it looks like right by your right hand there's a can of cheese. Squeezy cheesy.
Cheese whiz, baby. Woo!
Easy cheese. All right. Are you going to do a shot?
Yeah.
Do a shot. I wish I had some.
Wish I had some whipped cream.
Yeah, okay. I got some marshmallows. I could flip marshmallows and try and catch them. My dog loves that game.
My dog will catch just about any food I throw her way.
So you got one cat and how many dogs?
2 dogs.
2 dogs and a cat. Wow.
Yeah. And a horse. Well, the horse is and we have 3 ferrets and 1 mouse.
You have ferrets?
Yeah, 3 of them. My daughter does.
Wow. Wow. Do they live in a cage or do they run around the house?
They live in a cage. Oh, if they ran around the house, this place would be a wreck. Them things are destructive. Not mischievous kind of. They get into things, knock things over. Because every once in a while we let them loose in the house. They bounce around and the dogs chase them and they're knocking stuff over. And it's like, oh.
Ferrets. Wow. So they look like little weasels, right?
Yes.
Are they kind of like cats? I mean, do they eat cat food and stuff?
Yeah, kind of. It's a special ferret food, but I think it's more along the lines of cat food.
Ferret chow. Purina ferret chow.
Something like that. I don't take care of them. That's my daughter's deal. That's what I told her when she wanted them. She got them. I said, "They're yours." Yep, you're responsible for vet bills, food bills, all that stuff. Yep.
Damn. 3 ferrets, 2 dogs, a cat, a horse?
A horse.
Do you ride the horse?
I don't ride a horse. You kidding me? What do you think? I look like a pony?
Yeah. What about that? Was that pretty cool or what? That's it.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
still wins the prize for the grandest entrance ever.
Yeah. No, but on Sundays, to offset the cost of the board for my wife's horse, we go to the barn and we put them out and feed them. We clean stalls, and then we go back later in the afternoon and put them back in and feed them again. So I mean, I handle the horses and I do things like that, but for the most part, I don't ride them.
Are you a skewered?
No, oh no, not at all. Not at all.
I tried riding a horse once. They're hard to steer.
Well, my cousins had some horses, and we would do that every now and then. And the view from the top of a horse is high. You're tall. You're really high.
Yes, it is.
For a kid, it's sort of scary.
No, I enjoy riding horses. I just don't do it. Because it's something like because we have 1 horse, so it's not like I'm going to get on the horse and just ride it by myself. It's like if we had 2 or something, I might ride with my wife or do something like that. But
It's her horse primarily.
Yes, yeah. And again,
So she must dig it.
I told her when she got that horse, I said, "No cash is coming out of my pocket for that horse. That thing is a real expense." So if she wants to pay the vet bills and stuff like that, I'm not pulling money out of my pocket. I will go and I will work off the board for it and things like that, but no cash.
So does she have like that kind of English riding kind of get up, with the jodhpurs and the boots and all that, or?
She's Western. She goes with the Western thing. She's from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
She's
Well, how did you guys meet?
I was in the military. I was stationed in Georgia for 6 years.
Wow, you were there
Okay.
for 6 years, huh?
Yep. I was stationed in the Savannah area from 89 to 94, 89. Yeah, 89 to 94. Something like that.
Wow, that's the original Iraq War era.
Yep, I was there. Been there, done that.
Wow. So what do you think about our guys over there now? You think they should be like cut and run and get rid of that shit, or you think they should keep them over there?
Well, I don't really have an answer for that, but I always thought it would have been real funny, knowing the way that they feel about us over there, that after we got Bin Laden, we should have just like packed everything up right at that moment and brought everybody home and just kind of said, screw you, we're out of here.
Well, we got what we came for.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
Well, I work at a VA hospital, and I talk to vets, all day, every day. And kind of the consensus with veterans is that we sort of should maybe not be there.
Kind of overstayed our welcome a little bit.
That's what the veterans, tend to say. I mean, there's some that are more gung ho, but I don't know what the hell they got over there. They got sand and more sand.
Well, I was always of the opinion that the first Iraq War, Desert Storm, we should have stayed and just finished the job right then and there.
Well, that's what a lot of people thought. George Bush probably would have been reelected if he'd done that.
You think so?
I think that was the conventional wisdom, that was the case.
It's a good possibility.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. They were wheeling the tar out of them. They should have kept going.
Should have kept going and just finished the job.
It's like my grandpa said about the Second World War. We went after them. Off then the Russia. We should have went right after the Chinese too. Sons of bitches.
All right, my sister Bejewel is asking me if I want to get on today. I said I'm gonna just text her back. BPU is all I gotta say. Bulletproof underwear. Now she's been on twice. I think.
Yeah.
Twice. I saw the one. When was she on?
She did.
She was on. was she on with Hatchet when we had Hatchet on?
No, but she was on the very, very first one with Walmart.
I think
so
the first
we've
one,
done this.
The first one I saw was with Shiz, I think. I missed the first couple.
Well, if you ever have a hankering to catch up.
There's only one episode you can't watch. That's episode 2.
Yeah, I heard that from last time. You had to pull it.
Yeah, we had to pull it. Maybe we can talk him into letting us put it back up someday.
Someday.
Okay.
It just seems kind of crazy. We got episodes 1 through 22 all right there, except missing number 2.
Usually I watch them. I'll start it up and I'll just basically listen to them as I'm cruising through Sub 1 or going through my battle log or something. Listen to it in the background. That's how I do it.
Right. Well, people are going to probably do that to this one too. But of course, at the beginning, they got to check it out and see, what does Fett look like?
Well, yes, I do that, but then I go in and I do something else and just listen to it. Unless I hear something that I got to go back and see what they're doing here. Like when you were drawing the turkeys.
Now, I think I had the best turkey by far.
Yeah, you are
Flex,
a pretty good artist compared to the rest of us.
Well, Flex,
I'll abstain from that vote.
What? You want to go? You want to go?
I'll get my daughter to draw a turkey. she's the artist in the house.
Well, I just did some art. Black Ops 2 has a really improved emblem creator. I like that about the original Black Ops. You could make your own emblem thingy.
Okay.
Well, the new one is the same way, except it's even better. Saturday, I sat down and spent about an hour and a half, and I created a cartoon yam. So he's got this cute little face.
Now I look forward to getting the Black Ops 2 to see this yam.
I might have to just do a screen capture and bring him over to the PC. He's my masterpiece, man.
I seen it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Hey, who's really going crazy with artwork is Toby.
Oh yeah.
They let you have several different avatar thingies, And she's made like about 5 or 6 really elaborate pinup girls.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. One of them's like Jessica Rabbit, and another one's like she's a girl wearing these long boots.
Oh, yes. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember seeing them on. She did some on Regional Black Ops. Look, there's your pussy.
Oh, that's right. Hello, that's Piro. She's cute. She's cute. You're online, baby. You're a star.
She's jealous because mine was on here first.
She's probably trying to say, "Hey, I could use a little fresh food."
My cat's not jealous. My cat's lazy.
Well, you show me a cat that's not lazy. That's bred into him.
This cat's laziest.
I see some movement behind you, Fat. What's going on here? Oh, that's your cat.
No, that's my dog back there on the couch. I think she's beating up the other dog. I hear him running around. She does that a lot. She abuses the little dog.
Flex, where's your dog?
Hey, Betty.
He lives in the garage.
Oh, poor thing.
He's crazy, man. If I let him in the house,
Oh, you were beating up the cat.
he ate a couch once, man.
Your your dog.
Yeah, he ate a couch.
What kind of
Well,
dog?
Mike,
Springer Spaniel.
Oh, okay.
That's
Crazy.
What
he's
yeah,
a cute little
don't
bastard.
let him in the house. He's crazier than hell, man. He'd wreck the place. He tried jumping through the TV.
You see what my cat did to my chair. Look at my chair.
Nice.
I'd show you the back of my chair and show you what the cat did to it, but it's worse than that.
Cats are tough on furniture, but it sounds like your dog is tough too, Flex.
Yeah, he loves furniture. That's for sure. Eating
All
it.
right.
Eating it.
So,
Easy.
what kind of movies you like there, Fett?
Movies?
Yeah,
Well, obviously Star Wars, but
Star Wars.
I like-
All right.
Mrs. Fett's home. I think she just came in. Movies, sci-fi, action, things like that. I cover the gambit. No Twilight.
No Twilight, thank God. I just watched a cheese. I like cheesy, ironic movies sometimes. Like I watched a Netflix movie the other day with Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
That just makes me laugh just saying his name.
Hacha.
I watched Prometheus last night, and from what I understand, I got some pretty bad reviews, but I didn't think it was all that bad.
What's that one about?
It's kind of like the prequel to Alien.
Huh, okay. I did not know that.
If you remember the original Alien, they found all the little eggs in that ship. Well, the name of the ship was Prometheus.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Boy, I remember that movie in space. No one can hear you scream. I saw it at the theaters the first time.
I read the book. It was scary.
That's I thought Sigourney Weaver was hot.
We covered that with Jester Moon. I did too, but and Aliens, the second one was the better movie. I like that one. A lot of action in that one.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, they were all pretty good. You can't go wrong with Aliens.
No. Well, I don't know. Some of them later ones, Resurrection and all that, is got a little cheesy going on there.
Now, see, I never did see Alien versus Predator. Did you see that?
Yes. Alien versus Predator. Because they had another one too, didn't it?
Yeah, they had
Oh,
one
okay.
with Adrian Brody, I think. It was in it. It was in Aliens versus Predator one.
Yes.
Wow.
That was like the most recent one.
Yep, and the humans got caught in the middle in the crossfire or something. It was.
I think there was a video game of that.
Was there?
Yeah, I think you could play as either side.
Don't know about
Like
that
they had
one.
Yeah, I'm
like-
sure you're right. I think there was an Aliens versus Predator video game.
You know what? I always found that most video games that are based on a film are usually horrible. I mean, usually, I bought a PlayStation 2 back in the day, and the worst game I had on it was Shrek.
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 That was
What in
a
the world
stupid
would you
fucking-
do in a Shrek game?
Well, I didn't know it was, the game was kind of cheap, and it was just a series of stupid mini games. You know, it's like, okay, you're launching, you've got a catapult, and you've got to knock down the castle on the other side. Meanwhile, they're trying to knock your castle down. It's like, wee, we're having fun. Anyway, the graphics were pretty crappy on that. Oh, what's that one where Will Smith was a fish?
With the fish.
He was a fish, and Renee Zellweger was also a fish, and they had, I can't remember that. I had that video game on PlayStation 2. That was my first modern system, was PlayStation 2.
Okay. You lost me with the Will Smith fish
Yeah,
thing.
'cause I'm trying to figure that one out too.
A fish tail, or oh, I don't know.
Oh,
It was
the cartoon. It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon, yeah,
Oh, fishtail or something. Yeah.
something like that. Anyway, the video game, it wasn't too bad, but it was still pretty bad. Most of those movie tie-in ones are pretty crappy. But then now they got the games going the other way. It's like they have a video game, and they'll make a movie out of it, like Tomb Raider, Lara Croft,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah, started out as a video game, and they say, hey,
Yep.
why don't we make a movie out of it?
Yeah. I like them movies. Resident Evil's a good movie. I like them.
I like all those. You like zombies in general?
Yeah. For the most part.
Well, at least they don't have like zombies that have feelings, you know, like
Yeah.
the Twilight.
Because I've been caught on that series, The Walking Dead.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good show.
Yeah.
That is a good show.
I get pretty wrapped up into that. So, and I guess the season just ended, or the mid-season finale or something. They're good at leaving them cliffhangers.
They are good. So, are you ready for the zombie apocalypse when it comes?
Did I just show you what was on my desk?
Yeah, he just show you his weaponry.
You got to get a crossbow though. That guy with the crossbow on Walking Dead, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do have a bow in the closet, just a cheap one, but I do have a bow in the closet. And I have
Well, are you good enough to nail him in the head? It's got to be a headshot.
I don't think so. I haven't used that bow in like forever.
You can just bash him over the head with the bow.
I do have an M1 Grand locked away in my closet, so and I can get a headshot with that pretty easy.
There you
Well,
go.
there you go. There you go. You just got to lay in a supply of a couple of 1,000 rounds. When the hordes start coming at you,
Wicked weapon.
you know,
Yeah,
you got to be prepared. You got to be fortified. You know, you have to be like holed up in a shopping mall or something.
yeah. So that'd be a good place.
Did you ever see that? What was that zombie movie where they were in a shopping mall? That
Day
was
of
the best
Was
one.
it Day of the Dead? Night
Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead or something. That was the best one.
That was a great movie when they're sitting on the roof and they're picking out, and the guy with the sign across the guy way with the gun shop telling them to shoot Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. They had so many zombies. Now that's an apocalypse.
That's an apocalypse. I love the fact because my wife liked the band Disturbed, and they have the song Down with the Sickness. And as you watch that movie, they're playing Down with the Sickness at one point there, but it's slowed down to a reasonable pace, and it's like, oh, I know that song.
You know, there's a lot of people who actually think that there is a zombie apocalypse going to be upon us.
Yeah, December 12th, 2012.
That's right. This is 2012, baby. We're at the end times.
Man, that's what
Yeah, a week from Wednesday. This is
week from
Denver.
Wednesday.
End of the world, man. Live it up.
You might want to reschedule your vacation, move it a little ahead.
I'm taking Christmas week off, so I might miss
Well,
my
that's a good
vacation, huh?
Yeah. So you work at a body shop.
Yes, I do.
So do you have like a tricked out car? Like a super cool ass, custom chopped, crazy, pimped out ride?
No. I drive around in a 94 Grand Cherokee.
Well, you got the resources if you wanted to like do a crazy pimped out ride, you could do that kind of shit.
I could, but when I get home, I don't want to mess with that stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. When I used to do technical support, network support for network admin, stuff like that. The last thing I wanted to do when I got home was like screw around with the network. It's like if this had to work, I'd be fucking pissed.
That's right.
So are you a computer kind of guy? If you're a Star Wars geek, then you got to be a computer geek.
I wouldn't say I'm a computer geek. I know enough to get me in trouble.
Is the FBI on your tail right now?
I don't think so.
Whatever you do, don't go on Google and enter pipe bomb or anything like that.
Yeah, don't type in anything like that, or the FBI will knock on your door 5 minutes later.
Or sleeper cell or pipe bomb or anything like that.
Sir, would you open the door, please? FBI.
Are they really going to ask nicely, or are they just going to come sliding through my window on ropes and stuff?
Understand you've been searching.
That's it. They'll be like SEAL Team 6.
We understand you've been searching for pipe bombs on Google. Open the door. We're kicking the son of a bitch in.
SEAL Team 6. So is there a SEAL Team 5 and a SEAL Team 4?
Yes, there's all kinds of SEAL teams.
Well, how come 6 is the most elite one? What's the deal? Shouldn't it be number 1?
Well, because they killed Osama. They're just in the headlines. That's why.
Well, see, they brought in SEAL Team 6 for the Osama raid, but remember when they killed those Somali pirates or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those snipers? Those were from SEAL Team 6 also.
Were they?
Yeah, that was SEAL Team 6.
I don't know.
So it's not like they take turns. Okay, last time it was SEAL Team 6 and SEAL Team 7 gets a crack at it. They just keep going to SEAL Team 6.
I hadn't paid attention, so I don't know.
A little drama going on over there.
Yeah. The cat's knocking things over, and it upsets the dog.
Well, it's good to know that we have a SEAL Team 6. I mean, if like a Dr. Evil kind of guy, ever holds the world hostage or something, we'll send those guys in to take them out.
Yeah. Well, because now I read a book that I think it was Ken recommended, Lone Survivor, and it was about a SEAL team. And I think he was SEAL Team 10. They were in Afghanistan. Let's see. Michael Murphy was the lieutenant. And again, it was about a story about lone survivor. So there's more than just SEAL Team 6 out there.
Like, what is there, like 100 SEAL teams? 50?
See, I don't think they want you to know that.
That's classified information.
Are we going to get in trouble for talking about it on the internet?
Of course.
I hope not. You know what it could be, too? A guy that I work with joked around, or he was telling me he used to work for a plumbing company. And all their trucks that they went out with, how you see trucks with the signs on the back that say, "How's my driving?"
Yeah?
Well, all the trucks for the plumbing company had the same number on it. It was like number 13 or 12 or whatever it was. So that if somebody called and said, "I saw your truck out there, it was truck number 12 on the road," they were all number 12. That's how the SEAL teams work. They're all number 6.
If you don't like my driving, call 1-800-EAT-SHIT. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I live in New Jersey. Of course I've seen it.
No. See, I've seen it a few times in California because we have some people like the kind of Westerners. But have you ever seen truck nuts?
Yes.
Like like dangling like the metal balls.
I see that and I shake my head and I go, why? I mean, do you really want to be explaining to your daughter, Daddy, what's that hanging from the truck? I mean, do you really want to go, dude's got nuts hanging from his truck. What do you want?
Well, a few years back we used to have Garfield's, suction cups. Everybody had Garfield suction cups at their windows.
I remember.
Or the sign that said baby on board.
Baby on board.
Oh, that's the sign.
Yeah.
That means ram this car, doesn't it? Yeah.
One time on the Tonight Show, I saw a Carrot Top. He was doing his shtick, and he said "baby on board," and he pulled out, this doll that was like, strapped to a plank. Baby on board.
Yes. I think it was nailed to the plank from what I remember saying.
Carrot Top, man.
Carrot Top's got pretty buff over the years.
Yeah, he's got buff and he looks like he's had some work done.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know how old he is. He's probably getting up there, though.
Gotta be. He's been around for a while.
I saw a lady the other day. She was one of my patients, and she was the exact same age as me, and I could tell she had quite a bit of work done. It's like,
You know what though? I could take Carrot Top
you think so?
any day. Carrot
Well,
Top. I'm throwing down the gauntlet, brother. These guns are for you.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. Well, Carrot Top would probably open up a duffel bag, and he'll have 6 different ways to, slap you with shit.
Yeah, I know. He pull out some weaponry.
If his luggage is ever lost, his act is over. It's like when he's traveling to do a show. If his luggage is lost, that's it. He can't go on.
That's done time for him.
I guess that's why he doesn't travel. I haven't seen him in New Jersey, so.
Hey, you guys got casinos there.
Yes, we do.
So do you hit the the casinos?
Not often. It's been quite a few years since I've been to Atlantic City. Actually, I have ones that are closer now because they got some gambling in Pennsylvania, and since I'm closer to Pennsylvania than I am to Atlantic City, I could go over there, hit the slots or whatever they got. I think they have table games now, though.
So is that like Indian casinos?
No, it's Pennsyltucky.
Pennsyltucky?
That's what we refer to them sometimes. Pennsyltucky.
Yeah, we have
Redneck
Indian
is-
casinos scattered around the state. I mean, you usually are not more than about a 2-hour drive from a casino, no matter where you are.
Nice.
Have you ever been to California or anything like that?
I've been. I can technically say I've been to California. We flew. I've actually been to Las Vegas too. We left for a training session out of the military. We flew. We landed in Las Vegas. From the airport, I could see the big pyramid. We got on buses, drove out to the Mojave Desert.
Well, that's probably good training for where you guys were headed.
Yeah, Fort Irwin, California.
Oh God.
So
I've never made it to New Jersey. I was on a vacation in New York City 6 weeks before the 9/11 thing happened. So I did get to see the Twin Towers and all that stuff before that happened.
okay.
That's the closest I ever got to New Jersey.
No,
Although, wait a minute. I was in Newark Airport.
that's in New Jersey.
That's in New Jersey. We
That
lived
is.
in Newark.
So
So
technically,
I have technically been in New Jersey.
that's right.
Wow, you know what? I got to cross that off on my bucket list.
Visiting New Jersey is on your bucket list. That's sad.
Not anymore. Not anymore. It's crossed off. Now, see, I never ever got up to Minnesota though.
I've been to Minnesota. My parents had friends that lived in Minnesota. If I could remember where. Crap. I can't think of the town.
Well,
I've been pretty much all over the country. In 1972, my parents we took a road trip around the country. We went out across the top of the states and down through the west, down into Arizona and Texas, and we came back through Tennessee and things like that, and kind of made a big loop through the country in the back of a station wagon. I think it was a Chrysler.
Oh my God! It's like the Griswolds.
It was exactly like the Griswolds.
Did you have Grandma in the back seat?
No, but we did sleep in the car. We'd go to a campsite, and one brother slept across the front seat, and one brother slept across the back seat. And my grandfather, who was a woodworker, had built this platform that kind of went behind the front seat and the back seat, and I slept on that little platform there. And my parents put the tailgate down and slept back there.
Wow, your dad was cheap.
That's what you did back in 1972, though.
That's right.
Yeah, that 70s show, baby.
Back in the
Exactly.
day.
Don't tell me it was a Vista Cruiser. Was it a Vista Cruiser?
No, I think it was a Chrysler Town and Country or something. We had a lot of Chrysler station wagons.
Oh, town.
Station wagons were big in those days.
Yes, they were.
I've had a couple of station wagons. I like station wagons.
My dad loves station wagons.
They're handy
Well-
when you're a youngster.
Well, they are, yeah. You got nowhere else to go. Lookout Point. You got
One of my
sweetheart.
first cars. My first cars was a '78 Pinto station wagon.
Ooh, a
Pinto.
wagon.
Wow. All right, so Flex, what was your first car?
It was a 1972 Plymouth Fury 3.
That's pretty cool. 4 doors
Yeah.
or 2 doors?
4-door, 360. Did about 120, 130 miles an hour.
Ah, but it was still a 4-door. My first car was a 4-door. It was a 1960 6.0 Plymouth Belvedere, and it had humongous tail fins.
Yeah.
Gigantic tail fins.
Really?
I mean, it's a pretty rare car. You didn't see a whole lot of them around, but it cost $200, and that was back in 1978.
My first car, if you want to call it a car, was a 1976 CJ7 Jeep with a 304 and quadra track. I was into four-wheeling when I was in high school. I didn't race cars. We went out into the woods and the mud puddles, and we just slopped things up.
Wow, so you go bogging.
Yes, bogging.
Wow. See, there's just like a lot of mess to clean up when you get home.
Make a mess in Dad's driveway. That didn't make him happy.
Took the old man's 79 Bronco out and buried her up to the axles in mud. Then took her to the the power washer and half-ass washed it off and brought it home. Little did I know, he'd already heard on the scanner the night before that it would sit axle deep in mud, so I was busted.
So how'd you get it out? Did you have to get somebody to winch it out?
I had to call up a friend of mine, and we had to wake up his uncle at 3:30 in the morning and bring his tow truck out there. Told him I'd pay him $50.
That's pretty good for a...
Which coincidentally
late night call.
I never paid.
Oh, my God.
He's watching
right.
this now. You're right. I'm coming after him.
Yeah, he's getting to be an old man waiting for money for you.
Just give me the fix.
Welcher.
I now have a 1942 Willys MB, which is a World War II Jeep. And I drive that through the woods and the fields and the best I can. I've had that buried up to the axles before.
I've seen that car. You put pictures of it up.
Oh, yeah, I love to put pictures of it up. Hey, there it is right there.
Oh, yeah?
That's a Jeep.
That's cool.
Now when you think of a Jeep, that is the quintessential Jeep.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. And the funny story about I got it buried up to the axles in a soft field, and there were some scattered trees around, and it was stuck. And when I was in the military, that's what I did. I was a recovery specialist. I ran the wrecker, and I would do things like that. So I'm telling my dad and my brother, because they're there, yeah, I need a come along. I just go, somebody get me a come along, and I'll get this thing out. Oh no, my brother has this big old Suburban.
Oh no!
He thinks he's a hero. You know, and it was a narrow trail, and I had to weave around a downed tree. I'm telling him, okay, you're going to come back in here. There's a downed tree. This is my Suburban. Over the tree, he was stuck on top of that tree. I shook my hand. You're a dummy. Ended up getting a come along using his truck as an anchor, and I winched myself out with the come along, drove around him, and then we had to find another truck to get him out. So
Suburban's not as tough as I guess he thought, huh?
no. No. He was always into the big trucks. He always had to have the big Chevys and the big, and I always had the little Jeeps. We'd go to the Pine Barrens. We'd go cruising through the Pine Barrens, and my Jeep would zip in and out of down the fire trails and things like that. And I'd stop and I'd get out and I'd listen. I'm going, I can hear him coming, because the branches would be just smacking off his truck as he's scraping and banging.
So right now you have a Jeep. Now,
Yeah.
20 years from now, do you think you'll ever have like a Humvee or something?
Probably not.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I can't say no, but I like my Jeep.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool to have a military Humvee?
If I was to get a Humvee, it would have to be a military Humvee, an older one, because that's what I worked on in the military. I worked on the Humvees, I worked on the Deuce and a Half, so things like that.
Well, we're not talking about like an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of luxury car kind of.
No, we're not talking
numbers.
H1 size. No.
Yeah. Those are actually just a big fat Cadillac, is what they really are.
Yo,
Yes.
They're very posh inside.
all prettied up.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like
And
it shows that you've arrived.
And don't wreck them, because you can't get parts for them. We had one sitting in our shop for damn near a year, and we could not get a hood for it. One of them fiberglass hoods.
Really?
Wow.
Couldn't get it.
Did they stop making them or something, or what?
I don't even know what the story was. It was actually an H2, the second version of them, and it sat in our shop for a long time. I don't know what the deal was.
I guess the moral of the story is the guy should have been more careful and not wreck it.
Exactly, and it was a lease. He ended up turning it back in without the hood. We never got a hood for it.
Wow, that'll ding his that'll ding his deposit real good.
But I'm thinking, if you can afford a Hummer, you can afford the deposit.
Yeah. But a lot of people in California have big SUVs.
Like you?
Like the,
No, I drive a PT Cruiser.
you mean like
It's kind of a-
Arrow from The Simpsons? Yeah,
Canyon Arrow. I remember that.
It was like the super deluxe, and then Homer went and bought one, and he bought the ladies version.
Well, at one point he helped design like some sort of a car. Remember?
Yeah, his brother Herb, he helped his brother Herb go into bankruptcy because he designed a car that was so expensive that it couldn't be sold.
Right. It was like Danny DeVito was his brother.
God, I love that show.
Yeah.
Simpsons in years.
I haven't seen it in years either, even though it's on every week.
I know. My choice is South Park. I can't miss an episode of South Park. I love that show.
That is a genius show.
Oh yeah, that's
I saw some documentary about that. It's like it only takes them 6 days
Yeah,
to
that's incredible.
write and make the whole show and put it on the air. I mean,
Yeah.
from the time that they first think about what they're going to even put down, they have the writers' meeting, and in 6 days, it's on the air. It's like unbelievable.
That's wild.
believe in short timelines.
We can barely get bulletproof underwear out that quick.
Yeah.
So your episode here is going to be number 23 is going to be is going to air this Friday in the morning as usual.
December 7th.
December 7th. Isn't that
Date
Pearl
that
Harbor
shall
Day?
live in infamy.
That's right. A dastardly sneak attack.
Yes.
Pearl Harbor Day. So yeah, you're coming out on Pearl Harbor Day. That's kind of cool for a military kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to tell your pals to
will.
watch the show. Now is the time that we're gonna have you do a promo.
Okay. This is
So-
20. Okay.
Yeah. So you may have seen it before. It's like what you do is you say something to the effect of, "Hi, this is Robert A. Fett. You're watching Bulletproof Underwear episode 23. Blah 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 blah. Say whatever comes to your mind. So let me see. I'm gonna mark the time so I can find it on the timeline. This is about 1 hour 26 minutes. Okay, 1 hour 26 minutes in, we have our promo. So, do it, boy, do it.
All right. This is Robert A. Fett. You're watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 23. Watch us. You're no good to me dead.
Excellent.
Hey,
So, have
So
you ever
let's
done any
see.
TV or anything?
Say that again?
Have you ever done any TV or radio or anything?
No. Should I?
Well, you got a face for radio.
oh, that was
Just
beautiful.
kidding.
Beautiful.
Just kidding.
That
No,
hurt.
you're pretty good at this. What are you doing getting close to the camera like that? You're scaring me, man.
Hey, I thought he was ending the show or something. Oh, that's
Getting close. Getting close. Lex is getting tired.
Yeah, well, it's just about an hour and a half, which is
It's
kind of the typical runtime for one of these shows. People have complained that it's like, man, these shows are long.
Yeah.
But
like I said. You
I
just
don't
put
know.
it on in the background and you listen to it and laugh.
that's it. Well, one of these days we'll have to really show them long. We'll have to put like a fucking 10-hour show. Will be in like multi parts.
Well, who's been the longest episode so far? Do you know?
I think Shiz was the
Shit,
longest.
The longest. He was like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
We couldn't shut his ass up.
Yeah, I watched that whole episode too. That was before I started putting it in the background.
Yeah, now we've had them as short as 30-something minutes because I got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Flex
I
was
edited
like,
that part out.
Flex was whacked out on Killer and for an hour and a half. No audio. The audio was fucked. So we had no.
We haven't had any tech problems on this one.
No, we haven't. Thank God.
You haven't
Back up
like
point.
got disconnected or anything? Hey,
No.
what kind of internet do you have?
I have Verizon. It's DSL.
DSL. That's kind of not really high on the food chain of internets, huh?
Pretty goddamn good.
Wow.
think-
So you
I think because nobody else is on the internet at my house right now.
so when you're trying to play the game, your wife is like streaming Netflix or something. It's like, honey, you're killing me here. You're killing me.
That's usually my daughter doing that. She'll be sitting next to me and the game will start like, jumping and, rubber banding. And I'll look over at her and I'll go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm downloading a movie. Ugh. Really? You're killing me, literally.
Literally killing you. All right. So you know what? I guess it's probably about that time
Okay.
to do the thing. But before we go, wait. We have to do our outro.
Outro.
So for those of you who are still with us, hour and a half into the show, you, sir, are a beast. And,
Your punishment. You're still watching.
so anyway, so from your hosts, Yam,
And Flex.
and our super duper extra special megalomaniacal guest, Robert A. Fett. This is Bulletproof Underwear episode 23. Signing out. Do it. Ah! That's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Have you been practicing?
No, first time.
So yeah, we're gonna bring you back again for Bulletproof Underwear Smarty Pants edition. So you got to be ready. You know, you got to bone up on your almanacs and your encyclopedias and all that.
Yeah, because we're going to do that pretty soon here.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be playing for real prizes. You know, I think we got like iTunes, gift cards or something like that.
Beautiful.
So, would you besides the game show, could we maybe get you back sometime?
Anytime.
Super duper.
Well, cool. You're a friend of the show.
Yeah, this has been fun.
All right.
All right.
Right and true of BPU.
Yes.